Hello everyone, this is Abdul Hadi. I'm recording this the third video. As I told you before, whenever I am doing something and I think it's helpful to tell the others how this was made, I'll record a very fast video. Now I am doing a desert. The thing that I want to explain here is there is a huge difference between a fake desert and a realistic desert. What we gonna try to do is to mimic as much as we can the realistic desert. It's not gonna be realistic, it's gonna be kind of cartoony style and very fast. But here you can tell this is a very fake desert, this is a CG desert, and this is a realistic desert. The difference is in these edges in here. So desert always have these edges because maybe the wind, how it moves the sands and how it leaves these hard edges in the middle. This one as well, this is less hard edges. There is like curves in here and hard edges, so it's mixed between this and that. And this is amazing desert. This is actually a painting, I assume, from one guy, whatever. And this is even much nicer desert. Yeah, what we're gonna get close to is either this one or this failing to it. We're not gonna cover the material, how to do this shading effect. It's just how to actually build the displacement map and make it behave in a way that looks like it's kind of a desert. So we're gonna try on a plane. Let's go to the hyper shade. Okay, let me concentrate a bit. Anyway, I'm gonna create a Lambert and attach a displacement map using a ramp. Give it kind of desertish color to it. Something like maybe that. Yeah, okay. This is how you build the displacement map. Remove this color, make this black and this white. You'll need to do kind of a wave in this. A lot of whites and a lot of dark areas. So let's put it all the way down here and create 1, 2, 3, whatever the number is. Just as many as you can. And take the white and put white between each one of them. You might need more. That depends on the effect and how dense the desert you want it to be. Okay. There we go. Let's take one more black from here and one more, and take one more white. Yeah, so a bit of variation can help to sell the realistic effect. So UV radial, I'll stick to U. Some used radial, but I'll use it in the U, and add some noise. This is how it works. So more details, more noise frequency, less details, less noise frequency. I'll leave it at maybe this one. We'll try how it's gonna look like. Yeah, so attach this to the displacement map, and the displacement will be too much, so I'm gonna reduce it to 0.01. I might need to reduce it even more. Actually, let's put it on minus, because this way it's gonna take it down instead of up. And so we know that we need to add approximation node and put it on the, let's say, angular high quality, and take the max subdivisions to the max and the minimum subdivision before one before the max. Yeah, We'll get back to this if we needed to edit it or something. Okay, there we go. Get me to rent array, quality, make it. I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy, so I keep going to these settings, the legacy sampling. Yeah, HD, I don't need that. There we go. And now let's render. Okay. Should I pause or? Okay, there we go. It's kind of looking like a desert, still not. I mean, if you come down here, if you want this specific effect, come down here, let's see the framing, and render from this angle, it might sell specific effect that you're looking for. But if you're going for like aerial shot instead of a low angle shot, then that might not be what you're looking for. You see, yeah, it's kind of sort of realistic from here, the edges and stuff. Let's play around with the settings, see what we get. There we go. Actually, I need to increase the displacement more and give it more noise so it doesn't give me these lines effect. There we go. Let's see what we get from here. Go back to the previous angle. Yeah, it's already back. I have to pause the video because I have to sneeze very hard. Sorry for that. Oh, okay. Yes, back to rendering. There we go. It's too much displacement, and I don't like these rings in here. It's starting to get maybe. Actually, I might go back to the previous settings. So just go back to the for displacement. I'm gonna use 15. Let's say 18. You know what? No, yeah, just 15. Okay, sorry about that. And kind of all the way here until you remove most of these, you know, these circles that was shaped. And let's render one more time. There's still one more thing we need to add in here, which is deforming the actual geometry. Yeah, that's kind of looking sort of better. Still, I don't like these circles. As you see, you can reduce the circles by reducing it back from here. Yeah, that's a bit better. And you could have built the map in other softwares like Photoshop or other softwares, but this is procedural one, so as long as you increase the surface or fly through the surface, you still have more details. You can play around with the UV mapping, for example, and you get much wider space. Yeah, to make it, you know, from this angle, as you see, it's okay. We have displacement and stuff, but still kind of looking flat, and there's no like dramatic changes in the surface. So it's always better to change the actual surface either manually, or for this instance I'm gonna use a nonlinear deformer, for example wave or sine. Well, let's use both. Okay, the amplitude, very small number, not that small. Yeah. Okay, and then give me shorter wavelength, even shorter, 2. Yeah, push 3. Yeah, you might need to smooth the surface even more, because for the displacement resolution it might not look very okay. Yeah, That's nice. Yeah, and always, let's increase the. What am I scaling? Yeah, this one. Yeah, the wave length, sort of like that. Yeah, and delete history. For these situations, if you're rendering through one surface, what you will always need to do is take the edges and take them down, so they don't appear on the horizon. You end up with just that kind of endless horizon or something. Yeah. What I like to do for this one is to take this edge and this edge. Oh, sorry, this edge and this one, and raise it. Yeah, so it gives me a nice effect, kind of this kind of effect. Actually, not that much. Just take it down a little bit, and this one, take it sort of down. You can duplicate the surface to build a wider horizon or something, but let's deal with this one. I told you have to smooth the surface, but let's render it at least, see what it's gonna look like. In case if we want to change other stuff, then smoothing the surface, that's how I usually work. Let's see. Yeah, let's add more details. Smooth 2 will be kind of enough. Yes. Wonderful. See, already it's kind of starting to look more realistic. And when I say realistic, I'm talking about the edges only. I'm not talking about the rendering and lighting and materials and all kind of stuff. I'm gonna show you an image that I was experimenting with and kind of gave it a rendering and texture to it, just to give you an idea what you can do. For these edges, when you get closer to the surface, that can be fixed from the displacement approximation node here. When you select this and edit it, take this to the maximum, which is 9, and take the minimum to kind of the maximum as well, which is, let's say, 8. Okay, I could have taken it to 9, but I'm not sure if that's okay. Anyway, while we're here, let's just add a physical sun, sky, whatever as you are, and render. Yeah, that was not cool. Why? Anyway, just I'm gonna tune down the settings for the physical thing. It's too much. It is too much. Okay, multiplier. Let's just take the whole thing down. Maybe the material as well. Lambert. Whatever. Just give me something fast. Yeah, not a direct one. Kind of looking a little bit better. For these edges, what can we do is still increase the quality of the approximation until you get a better result. But in general, this is a good effect that looks much better than the smooth CG looking desert that I've just showed you. You can mix between this and that. This is a previous rendering I did with some texturing and stuff, and actually I've kind of This is even better effect for a desert. Anyway, but for this one, I wanted to do some activities in here, so I mixed the. Let me tell you what I did. I mixed the ramp with another ramp that smoothed down these two. Let's do it manually, so I tell you what exactly I was doing. Yeah, if you have like a desert and there is a road in the middle, and you need to exclude this road from the displacement, you just create another displacement ramp, another ramp, and for example, this is where the road's gonna be, and this is where the displacement will be, here and here. Yeah, so you link this. Oh, come on. Okay, so you link this displacement to the first color and the second white color, and then disconnect the displacement directly from here and connect it from the other node that we just built. Yeah, default. And now it's gonna exclude it from the middle. Of course, you can create a node or a material just to visualize what's gonna happen. This is a Lambert, and just add this to the color, assign it here. See the texturing, so this is where the road will be. And this way we know that we need to maybe rotate the UV. Yeah, this is where the road will be. And play around with the surface so it fits the road. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry for being boring. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep recording more stuff in the future. Thanks a lot. Take care.